Today I have a great example for you of virtue signaling epically failing and how it showed this guy was just a pretender. Before we begin today's video, guys, make sure to drop a like on it, comment and share it. Your interaction with this video helps it go up in the algorithm in case it stays monetized, and when it's demonetized, your shares are what helps promote it organically. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of the future videos. Let's read the story and then we'll talk about it. When virtue signaling goes wrong, Libdem politician tags Muslim council in bacon breakfast for Ramadan. Now, for those of you that don't know, bacon is not allowed. You're not allowed to eat bacon, neither in Judaism, nor you are allowed to do it as a Muslim. Offense number one. A liberal Democrat politician attempting to curry favor by observing Ramadan in quote solidarity unquote with Muslims during the coronavirus lockdown badly misstepped by tagging the Muslim Council of Britain in a picture of his bacon and eggs breakfast, which again is not allowed. Councillor Ian Manning, who has previously identified as a member of the fanatically anti-Brexit hashtag FBPE follow back pro EU movement, was participating in the so-called Libdem iftar, I think it means celebrating in Arabic, I'm not so sure, in which liberal Democrat politicians would observe the holy month of Ramadan in solidarity with Muslims whose activities have been disrupted by the lockdown. This is kind of a hot button issue in the UK because for some of the Muslims in the UK, it didn't actually been it wasn't disrupted at all, was the word that I'm looking for it, because some of them completely ignored the guidelines and stayed outside. But never mind that, let's continue the story. Up early to start my fast for hashtag Libdem iftar. Really not sure I'll get through the evening, but we'll see, end quote. The counselor announced enthusiastically alongside a picture of some bacon and eggs in which he had tagged the controversial Muslim Council of Britain. Bacon, being a pork product, is of course very much haram, forbidden to Muslims under virtually any circumstances. Never mind during Ramadan, which, for those of you that don't know, Ramadan is a month where you fast from the morning until the evening, and then in the evening you are allowed to eat. But this guy posted a bacon breakfast during Ramadan, which is completely unallowed. And so the left liberal politician gesture was received something less than warmly. Quote, food photo earlier. Important point is the fast. Allergies mean choices are limited. He tweeted after realizing his error and quickly deleting the offending post. Quote, this is a learning experience and I'd prefer to be honest about it than not. Sorry if it caused offense. Also, it was 4 a.m. and I was half asleep, he explained desperately. Now, this is a big faux pas for those of you that don't understand. Posting this photo in Ramadan is like saying happy Passover to the Jewish crowd during Passover while eating a cheeseburger. This is really, really bad. Let's read on. Quote, I just didn't think about it because there was some bacon in my fridge. I ate some bacon, unquote, he elaborated in a subsequent video message quoted by The Telegraph. Quote, I went on Twitter and posted the eggs and bacon, tagged the Muslim Council of Great Britain in one of my finest moments of idiocy. I just didn't think, actually. Now, with that, I can agree. This is obviously a guy who tries to pretend that he is multicultural and virtue signal while knowing nothing about Muslims, enough to the fact that he would post a bacon meal, which is completely unallowed other than in Christianity. I think all the Abrahamic religions except for Christianity ban bacon, and it's very, very, very frowned upon if you're a Muslim, especially in Ramadan where you're supposed to be fasting and not eating anything at all. So to add insult to injury, you're eating something that's completely haram. Let's read on. Even when practiced correctly, the hashtag Libdem Iftar scheme appears to have done the party once the third force in British politics, forming a coalition government with left-leaning former Tory leader David Cameron in 2010, more harm than good, being denounced as quote virtue signaling and quote a public stunt by critics. Now I'm sure both leftist and right-wings journalists criticize them for what it is. This is very, very tone-deaf and very, very stupid tweet. Like I said, the stunt itself of doing the Libdem Iftar thing probably cost them a couple of votes and right-wing votes, I guess, which wouldn't vote for them anyway. But it showed them in a bad light because they were trying to virtue signaling. But the fact that they failed to virtue signal means that they have failed with their leftist crowd as well. Let's read on. It also appeared to have caused a degree of irritation among other religious groups, with people highlighting the party's comparative lack of interest in the Christian period of Lent or the recently concluded Hindu fasting days of Navratri. UK Health Secretary thanks Muslims for lockdown sacrifice on St. George's Day, doesn't mention St. George's Day. Yeah, obviously it's pretty clear who they are targeting. Most people don't care about the Christian public because most of it won't go out to protest. Most of it won't cause mayhem, won't disrupt anything because they usually don't care and not reflexively offended. And even when they do offend, when they are offended, they usually don't do a lot about it. The Muslim crowd, however, is very different when it comes to it, and they are very vocal. But this is a pretty funny situation that shed a ton of light on how bad the leftist politics actually are, and how they don't really give a single F word, can't say it if I want to stay monetized, they don't give a single F word about anyone except themselves, and they'll use any identity groups as long as it benefits their agenda. I would love to hear your opinions in the comments. Like I said, guys, your interactions with this video helps a ton. So don't be shy to drop a like, share your opinions, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe and turn on the notification so you won't miss any of these great videos covering these ridiculous stories. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.